Okay, here we go again. If you have not watched my last video, I'm doing a couple old journals that I did when I first started out. I thought it'd be a good way to practice my videotaping skills, which I'm not so great at. But there's the spine, there's the book plate, and this comes out, and you can write on it. It's got book corners. Here's a little doily, little tag, little applique, and I distressed it with some of the green distress to kind of bring out the green in here, if you can see that. And then it's got just a little piece of leaf trim, and the spine has cheesecloth and then muslin, so that way you get all those little goodies at the bottom and top. But I had some of this like crazy scrapbook paper that I wanted to get rid of. And it was good practice because I'm more into the very vintage and grungy style books right now, botanical, nature. But I had this pad of just this like bright florally stuff that I figured I could use while practicing. A little washi tape, a little pocket with a journaling card, and it's got coffee dyed paper on the back of it. A little stamp right there. A little cheesecloth with one of those little jelly stickers, some planner paper, and then it's got a little charm with a key on the lace right there. A little piece of coffee dyed tracing paper, a little stamp, a little up tuck with a little tag. I actually got this from Danny, so thank you, Danny. A little colored doily, some scrapbook paper, a little book page pocket, some pretty trim, and this is also from Danny. It's a vintage bridge tally card. They're super cute. Some lined paper with a stamp, just a little collage, a tag with some sari silk, and it's got a little hidden pocket right here. It doesn't go all the way up, it's just right there. Some green lined paper, that was pretty. And then this is some really pretty trim I found at a antique store. It's very old, you can tell when you feel it. And then here is my try of some Franken paper. The middle didn't come out right, so I put some washi tape down the middle, plus it gives it a little more support. And then this is also a page from Danny. I didn't realize how much stuff was in here from her until I just started saying it. Some washi tape. This actually came when I bought a book from the Fancy Journal Shop. She did a really beautiful book, and she sent me some washi tape with it. Some green lined paper. Here is one of those little Tim Holtz clips, and it is holding on a little envelope I made. I took tracing paper and I decoupaged a napkin onto it, and then I just, turned it into an envelope. And then it has some distressed coffee dyed paper you can write on. Here's the other side of that lined paper. A really pretty stamp, some lace, some scrapbook paper, a doily. I don't know if you can see this, but it is embossed with this really pretty frame and butterfly. Hope you can see that. It's really pretty. I don't know if my camera will pick it up. There's the back. You can kind of see on the back side. Some more of that coffee dyed tracing paper. Everything in here has been coffee dyed. There's an A for Alicia, or if you bought it, it would be, you could pretend it was art or artist or something, I guess. Some lace trim on that planner paper. And then here's the other side of that pocket, and it's got another journaling card. And then this is just a little remnant in this pocket right here. And then you can see it's backed with coffee dyed paper, so you can journal in it. Oh, I don't know why it wasn't moving for me. And then it just says she could believe. And then over here we got some muslin I distressed with a flower and a button. Some of that scrapbook paper, some Tim Holtz vellum, scrapbook paper, a little stamp, another piece of that pretty trim, a doily. These are from a Tattered Dreams store. Some more Tim Holtz vellum, some wax paper, some journaling spot. I kind of liked it blank since it had the wax paper and vellum. That way there wasn't anything taking away from the image. I did put a little lace tab up on the top though. And then here is a really pretty envelope that I bought from Danny's shop again. She is Junk Journals and More. And then it's got some cheesecloth, twine, a flower, and then here is some paper you can pull out and write on, and then it's also a pocket behind if you want to put something back there. Here's some vintage dictionary paper with flower. It was very old, so I did have to back it on some coffee dyed paper. So it's only on the one side. Some little washi tape, some more of that scrapbook paper. Here's the little garden stamp, some lined paper. This tag I also got from Danny. And this eyelash trim I got from Danny's shop. And I did put coffee dyed paper on the back of this, I believe. And then here is a little booklet I made that you can journal in. And it's been stamped. And then here is, I printed this image out, and then I Mod Podged it, and then turned it into an envelope. Rounded the corners, and then it's got a little, this opens up, and it's got a little stenciling on it. And I don't know if you can see it, but this paper is cool. It's almost like calico, where it's got little spots in it. And then I just put where I cut out there and there. That looks pretty. I like to use everything. I'm kind of hoarding my paper bits. Some really old lace. And here is one of those little flip downs. You can journal on it with a die cut. Then a couple journaling cards. This is just some really cool paper my husband brought home. And then this is some Tim Holtz vellum that is on. It's been stitched on some coffee dyed paper. And then it just goes up there. Some lined paper with a stamp of a butterfly. Here's another one of those little flower pieces. I love that stuff. Scrapbook paper. There's the other side of that old dictionary page. And here's a little butterfly. And here's a little rose gold stamp. That stuff is so pretty. You can't really pick it up on camera, but it's like the sheer champagne color. It's really pretty. Some wax paper, some more vellum, a doily. I didn't want to cover this because I thought that was so pretty how the coffee dyed. I probably set my cup on it while I was doing the other pages, and normally it'll leave a ring, but this time it kind of crackled in it. It's pretty. And then there's the other piece of that vellum. Some more scrapbook paper. Some trim up here, Gentle Thoughts of You stamp, some receipt paper with some washi tape, some packing paper with some washi tape, another image that I printed out of the computer, and here's a little collage I did with pattern paper, a little Tim Holtz die cut, and a little Tim Holtz word, and this music note paper I got at an antique store as well, and I think it was from 1911, I want to say. I get several books that day, and some of them were from 1906, 1911, so early 1900s, about that time. So I did not have to coffee dye. I did distress it a little, it looks like on the side, but it was already pretty rustic. Here's a die cut, and then this comes out, and you can journal on the back of it if you want, like a little secret. A little garden stamp. Here again I embossed, and this one I distressed a little bit so that it would stick out more. Scrapbook paper. Here's another one of those little, see if I can do this with one hand. It flips up, and then it got a die cut, a little piece of muslin, Tim Holtz butterfly, Tim Holtz word, and then this little glassine envelope that I embossed and then distressed, and then it's got some coffee dyed distressed paper inside you can write on, and I thought this stamp looked good with this damask bag. I believe that's what they're called. And then when you open it up, sorry, again, doing this, trying to film and show the book at the same time. It's got a little planner paper tag, some coffee dyed lined paper tag, and some Tim Holtz vellum that's been stitched. And I am not a seamstress, so it is not perfect. And there's that bag. I'll put those in later. And then I added some of this lined paper so you could have lines to journal on. And this is also from Danny's shop. She had some little traveler's notebook stickers. They're super cute. Here's a little fabric ribbon. Here's some more of that trim that I love. This one is in a really pretty blue. Some more lined paper with a stamp. See if I can zoom out a little bit. And then it opens up. And then this one, again, has a little pocket over here. And it has a little botanical card that I stitched on a coffee dyed paper. And this is also from Danny's shop. I wish I would have got more of these because I absolutely love them. They're perfect for adding in little things. And then this eyelash trim I actually got from Aaliyah's shop. I believe her store is Fuma Bears, maybe. If not, just go to YouTube and type in Aaliyah D. Pina. I hope I said that right. But she's got some really cool stuff on her store too. Anyways, here is a stenciled tag. Some more washi tape. The other side of that bag. And I put one of these. I've been putting these in all of my nature botanical journals. These were actually my husband's when he was little. He has all kinds of animals. Of course, I just picked out like the birds and that kind of thing. But it comes with all of them. And let me see, I think it has a date. Yeah, it's from 1980. So it's not too old, but they're still pretty neat. And they tell you all about the bird and everything. So that's in there. And here's a little flip out. I really wanted to do a Sari Silk ribbon, but I was not in a place where I could use my sewing machine. So I hand stitched it on. So this does open, but it looks pretty bad in the back. So if you don't like that, you could always just like glue here and glue there, and then it could be a pocket. Hold on, I think, oh my gosh, my phone is dying. Hold on.